Why the did you move from Toronto to Hamilton? Good question. That's exactly what I go over in this video. My name is Morgan Little. I'm a realtor who's been serving clients in Mississauga and Toronto for the past number of years, and I recently bought a house in Hamilton and made the move. Being a realtor, I really had the distinct advantage of being able to compare the two markets when it came time for myself to make a move. And in this video, I go over the reasons why I decided to make the move from Toronto to Hamilton. If there's ever anything I can do to help in your journey, if you want to pick my brain or have any questions at all, feel free to either book a call using the Calendly link in the description below, or just shoot me a text. My number's down there and I'm happy to chat. A little background about myself. I've been in Toronto for about 12 years after being in Montreal previously for 10. Grew up in Northern Ontario, Sudbury. My family's a Manitoulin. I was born out west. So just for some context, I've lived in many major cities across the country, so I have a pretty good idea of what to look for in a city. Additionally, I was a touring hip hop artist for 20 years, so I've traveled to basically every nook and cranny across the country. So again, I have a pretty good idea of what makes a good city and what I'm looking for in a place to live. So first off, the obvious reason is price, right? I sell real estate in Toronto, Mississauga, and Vaughan, so I know what prices are. And if you have a budget in the city, amazing. It's a fantastic place to live. And I actually really like Mississauga as a place to live.
Walk on Sabrina, what's it like in Mississauga?
And considered it, but for the reasons I'm going to go through in this video, we didn't choose to go there. At first, we considered Barrie to the north, Oshawa or Bowmanville to the east, and then Hamilton to the west. Those were our top choices to start, but as we started looking, it quickly became apparent that Hamilton was going to be the best location, not only because they had the most options available at the best prices, but also the proximity for me. As I mentioned, I work a lot in Mississauga, as well as serving clients in Hamilton, so it just made sense in the end. For myself, I've owned a number of rental properties in smaller cities, but I've always rented my primary residence in Toronto because that just made the most sense for my lifestyle for a long time, because as I said, I was on the road touring for many years. But as I got into a relationship and we eventually started a family, it became apparent that we'd like more space and in a place that our dollar would stretch a little further. And the second reason we chose Hamilton is it is a large city still, as it's 8th in Canada with a population of around 800,000, but it's definitely not as cramped as living in Toronto. With tons of green space, parks, and more waterfalls than anywhere in the world, the idea of having the convenience and amenities of a city with the easy accessibility of nature and green space was very appealing. Like any other city these days, there are areas of Hamilton you'll want to avoid, but there are also many family-friendly neighborhoods that are available. It really provides options for all kinds of people, whatever your price range is. Again, if you want to pick my brain about this stuff or you have questions about certain areas, feel free to reach out. When we first showed up for one of our walkthroughs after we had an accepted offer on the house that we chose, 3 different neighbors came out, introduced themselves, and showed so much hospitality, and we hadn't even moved in yet. The neighbors next door have kids close to my daughter's age that they can play with. The neighbor on the other side cuts our grass as he used to do for the previous owner. It was all very nice and very welcoming and made us feel like we had made the right choice. And I already know from working with clients in a variety of areas in Hamilton that this is a very common sentiment. You really get the charm of a small town with the vibrancy of a big city. And one last thing I'll mention here is I'm originally from a small town, so I really appreciate all the outdoors and all that good stuff, but I also loved living in Toronto. I really feed off the energy of the city, and I love being able to go out and try new restaurants and go different food options and events and stuff like that. Well, it just so happens that Hamilton has a crazy food scene. They have all kinds of great restaurants, different coffee shops, as well as a lot of vintage shopping, which I'm into as well. And I'm well past my party days, but if you're into that, Hamilton has a very active nightlife, especially with schools like McMaster and Mohawk College here. There's been a big shift in the demographic of people like myself moving from Toronto, working and setting up businesses that has contributed to the view and the idea of Hamilton over the last handful of years. It didn't always have the best reputation with nicknames like Steel City and the Dirty Hammer, and it still has areas, like I mentioned, that have been impacted with homelessness, as many cities have. But it really has blossomed into a really cool city with a lot of different scenes happening depending what you're into. So there you have it. There really is something for everyone in Hamilton. For myself, it made the most sense for the next chapter of my life, and it may for yours as well. I still work with clients in Toronto and Mississauga, but I'm excited to continue to expand my business in Hamilton moving forward. I'll also be putting out a lot more Hamilton-based content, so look out for that. Again, if there's ever anything I can do to help in your journey, or you just want to pick my brain, book that call or shoot me a text and let's get into it. Till then, see you on the next one.